Hey guys, it's Don here from the board. Thank you for coming along and checking out this video. In this video, I'm going to be doing another unpackaging of a group buy kit that I recently got on. It's, of course, the Let's Split V2 by Wootpatoot, I think, just off the top of my head. Of course, complete mental blank once you're on camera. However, the show must go on. Now, previously, I've been involved on two other group buys, one which was the Ergodox, and then two which was the Gherkin. And I've done the Ergodox, I'm still waiting on just getting some solder so I can actually do my Gherkin. And this came today in my lovely first time ever mail day, where I got a couple of different packages. You would have seen that as the introduction a couple of videos ago on the Quad Hands Workbench video. So I'm actually doing this video just to unpack it and have a look at the components that I got as part of that group buy, and then of course it'll probably be a separate video, maybe a live stream, something like that, when I actually build this kit and yeah, see how we go with it. So it's come from Canada all the way across, and as we can read down here, it says DIY mechanical keyboard kit. Sweet. Let's get cracking into it. It's been well taped, although it looks like either the package was cut open and resealed for some reason. Definitely was not by me. May have been customs, may have been to slip something a little bit extra in it, could have been a bit of recycled packaging, and of course it doesn't want to play. There we go. Didn't want to try and dig too deep into it in case I damage any components. Woohee! Alrighty. So, there's everything packaged neatly. First thing, of course, is a whole bunch of diodes. A couple of strips of diodes. Oh, and very carefully, I should just extract my reset switch. There's a neat little switch right there. Gonna focus for me? Yeah, there we go. Pretty cool. Tiny little switch. Couple of strips of diodes. See if it'll come back into focus on the tabletop. There we go. Alright. What's next in this magic bundle? Now, I opted for there's the second switch, and the legs have been pretty badly bent. But hopefully they won't fatigue when I give them a bit of gentle pressure back in. So here are some the Jolimon Let's Splits, and I got the see-through clear because I figured, you know, if you're going to do a build like this, you want to be able to see the components in it, and that's exactly what I got. Let's just check it out. That should be 4 pieces in here. It's neatly packaged, fits well inside the actual pouch, of course, an appropriate size, and there you go. It still has, of course, the protective film on it, and there's the top plate, and there's the bottom case plate. Pretty cool. Looks good. And of course, you can see through the sides that it's the clear. Not that I would have minded if, you know, I ended up getting a different color anyway, but it's always nice to get what you asked for. It's going to be a bit fiddly to get this in, is it? Are you going to be difficult? Oh. There we go. Put that away in its rightful place. What's next? There's one Pro Micro. There's 2 Pro Micro. I've got a couple of components down the bottom. So there's our 2 TRRS jacks that we're going to need for left hand and right hand. And then there's a couple of resistors. Now, naturally, I don't remember my resistor color coding because it's not something that I use on a very frequent basis. And of course the legs got pretty trashed, but hey, it's alright. They can be straightened, and of course they're just going to get clipped anyway once they've been through the PCB and they've been soldered, so it's not a big deal as long as they work. And it looks like we're doing the environment some good because you can see on the inside that it's a recycled bag, so good stuff. More than happy for it to have a recycled bag. And then here is the PCB. So could have been packaged a little bit better. It's just a bit of foam. The two halves are just taped together. Maybe, you know, an extra bit of cardboard in between or just on the outsides. I mean, it is a padded bag. It is a bubble mailer, but just a bit of additional stiffness. Hey, I don't think they look damaged. I'm just going to take this tape off and we'll find out. It's just a bit of masking tape, so it should just tear off. There we go. And that'll just slide out. So look at that. That's pretty nice. Yep. So I was right. It was Wootpatoot that made these. There's the Let's Split, and of course because they're identical. Yeah, they're identical. What can I say? What can I say? Now I think the only thing that I didn't get with this, I'm guessing, are the standoffs. Not sure if I was meant to get the standoffs in this. I don't think I did, or I wasn't meant to. I'll just have to check again at a later point, but it doesn't really matter. Because then, yeah, I just have to figure out how I'm actually going to mount the case bits. Obviously the plate goes through and is held by the PCB, but what holds the bottom piece to the actual PCB or the top plate, I'll have to check out the build guides, that kind of thing. It's been a while since I actually took a look, obviously, because it was a group buy, so there was a bit of a delay on this, but the boards look gorgeous, and I'm actually really happy that I did actually get the clear plates, simply because you're actually going to be able to see the detail, and that color of that PCB is really lovely. It's not like your standard green like the Gherkin. It's not super boring like the black that I've got on the Ergodox, but this blue is definitely really nice. So there you go. There you have it. There's the Let's Split. Now I'm not actually sure if this is the V1 or the V2. Either way, I'm not too fussed if it is one or the other. Not sure how I could potentially tell, but I think maybe the V2 actually says V2, but for my purposes, for building, for experiencing a 40% split ortho, it's fine. I'm not even sure what the actual technical differences are between the V1 and the V2, and obviously everybody who's had the V1 has had no issues really with it, and it functions and does its job, so yeah. Not much else to say. Now I do of course have a TRRS cable courtesy of Jolly Green Giant, so thank you very much for that as well. And I've got the other cable that came with, well not came with, but I purchased for my Ergodox. So back in the bag they go, and they shall await for some solder. Now I do have a whole bunch of switches at the moment, so I've got some cherry greens, I've got some Gatoron greens, I've got some Gatoron blues, and I've also got some cherry greys. So I'm a bit spoilt for choice in regards to what I was going to put in this, simply because originally I had bought my greys for a 60% build, but that does not look like it's going to happen at all. So I might actually put them into this just for something different and for fun. Alright, so that was a nice, quick, dirty checking out of the group buy package and what you get for what you get into. You can see the value on here is $70. I believe the whole lot I paid was just over $80 including shipping, which is pretty good. Came on good time, so it was shipped on the 9th of April and today is the 19th, so it only took 10 days to actually get here, and I do realize that by the time that I release this, it is going to be a couple of weeks, but I thought I would just check that the contents were pretty much as expected before I actually get around to building it, because if there was stuff missing, then it's going to cause delays if I have to source it, as well as get in contact with Wootpatoot if something was damaged, blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Keeping it nice and snappy, just on 10 minutes. So thank you for coming along, and I hope we'll have another part soon on me building the Let's Split. So as usual, until next time, happy clacking.